and welcome back. We're diving deep today into a book that claims it can totally change your outlook on life.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller.
Okay.
And it's got tons of amazing reviews, 4.25 stars.
Wow. That's
But we're not just going to skim the surface here.
Yeah.
We're going deep down into the core of it,
Right.
to see how this whole attitude thing really shapes our world.
Uh-huh.
And we'll dig into some surprisingly practical tools that Keller gives us
Okay.
to help us build a more positive and successful life.
I like it. Get ready for some serious aha moments.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that positive thinking is just about
Yeah.
slapping on a fake smile and pretending everything's perfect.
Right.
But Keller goes way deeper than that.
Okay.
He shows just how much our attitude affects everything in our lives,
Uh-huh.
from how we see the world to the chances we get,
Mm-hmm.
even how we bounce back when things get tough. Okay, so let's get into the specifics.
Sure.
Keller uses this analogy of attitude being like a lens we view the world through.
Okay.
So is he saying that if we just have a good attitude, all our problems magically disappear?
He's not saying we're going to live in some problem-free bubble or anything.
Yeah.
But it's more about how we react to those challenges.
Okay.
He uses a really good analogy. Think of life like a window.
Okay, a window.
We all start with a clean one,
Uh-huh.
but life throws dirt at it.
Mm.
Criticism, rejection, setbacks.
Yeah.
A negative attitude leaves all that dirt caked on there,
Oh, I see.
blocking your view.
Yeah.
But a positive attitude doesn't pretend the dirt isn't there.
Right.
It's about choosing to clean the window to focus on what you can see and control.
That's a really helpful visual. I like that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Viktor Frankl,
Oh, yeah.
the Holocaust survivor.
Yeah.
Keller mentions him as a powerful example of someone who chose his attitude even when facing unimaginable suffering.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not to take away from the horrors that Frankel went through,
Right.
but he talks about finding meaning even in the concentration camps.
Wow.
He says, everything can be taken from a man, but one thing. The last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way.
That is so powerful.
Yeah.
It really makes you realize that we always have a choice in how we respond.
We do.
But even with the right attitude, things don't just fall into our laps, right? So where does action come in?
That's where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
Keller talks about this law of dominant thought,
Okay.
which basically means what you focus on expands.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if you're always thinking about the negative,
Yeah.
you're actually holding yourself back.
Exactly.
Wow.
But if you focus your thoughts on your goals,
Uh-huh.
on what you want to achieve,
Yeah.
you're way more likely to take those steps towards making it happen.
So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Well, it's a little more nuanced than that. Think of it this way.
What?
Our brains have this filter called the reticular activating system, or RAS,
Okay. The RAS.
and it's constantly scanning for information that's relevant to our current focus.
So if you're focused on negativity,
Yeah.
you're going to see more negativity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your RAS is going to highlight all the negative stuff around you,
Oh, wow.
confirming your beliefs.
So how do we change that filter?
Well,
How do we break free from those negative thoughts?
Keller suggests a two-pronged approach.
Okay.
First, become aware of your self-talk.
Okay.
Pay attention to those negative thoughts that creep in
Mm-hmm.
and consciously challenge them
Mm-hmm.
and replace them with more positive affirmations.
Oh, okay. So it's like
It's like weeding a garden.
weeding a garden. I like that.
Yeah, you pull out the negativity
Okay.
and plant seeds of positivity.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
But it's not just about thinking happy thoughts all the time, right? What else is there?
It's also about feeding your mind with positive input.
Okay. How do we do that?
It means surrounding yourself with uplifting influences.
Like what?
Listen to motivational speakers,
Okay.
read inspiring books,
Mm-hmm.
spend time with people who energize and uplift you.
So it's like choosing a healthy diet,
It's exactly like choosing a healthy diet
but for your mind.
for your mind.
I like that. This reminds me of the mental movies Keller talks about.
Oh, yeah.
Can you explain what those are?
Okay, imagine this.
Okay.
You're sitting in a movie theater,
Uh-huh.
but instead of watching a film someone else created,
Right.
you're the director.
Whoa.
Mental movies are essentially visualizations.
Okay.
You create vivid, detailed images in your mind of your desired outcome.
So you're basically picturing yourself succeeding.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a technique used by a lot of world-class athletes to enhance their performance.
So instead of just thinking about winning the race,
Yeah,
they're actually seeing themselves crossing the finish line.
exactly. The idea is that by repeatedly imagining yourself succeeding, you strengthen your belief in it.
Uh-huh.
And that belief fuels your actions.
Okay.
It's almost like programming your subconscious mind for success.
I like that.
Yeah.
But what happens if we're not consciously choosing those mental movies?
That's the danger.
What happens?
We all have those default mental movies running in the background,
Oh,
often based on past experiences or fears.
no.
And those can sabotage us without us even realizing it.
Really?
But the good news is
Yeah.
we can change the script.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So Keller actually walks the reader through a specific visualization in the book.
He does.
He tells you to picture yourself confidently giving a presentation.
Mm-hmm.
You're engaging the audience.
Yeah.
Your delivery is smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you even tell a joke that gets a good laugh.
Right.
And at the end, you're met with applause and congratulations.
The key is to really feel it.
Feel it.
Don't just see the image. Experience it with all your senses.
Okay.
Imagine the positive energy in the room, the smiles on people's faces.
Okay.
Hear the sound of your voice resonating with confidence.
Got it.
The more vivid and detailed the visualization,
Yeah.
the more powerfully it impacts your subconscious mind.
It's almost like planting a seed
Have you...
in your mind that can grow into reality.
Exactly.
But even with the right attitude and a clear vision,
Uh-huh.
there are bound to be obstacles along the way.
There are.
How does Keller address that?
He brings up the concept of commitment as a key to conquering obstacles.
Okay, so commitment.
And by commitment,
Yeah,
he doesn't mean just vaguely wanting something.
right.
He means being willing to do whatever it takes,
Okay.
ethically and legally, of course,
Yeah.
to achieve your goal.
So it's about taking action.
Yes,
A lot of action.
a lot of action. But Keller also talks about this almost magical element to commitment.
Oh, really? Tell me about that.
Yeah, he suggests that when you truly commit to something,
Yeah.
doors start to open that you didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
It's like the universe conspires to help you.
Wow.
You might meet the right person at the right time.
Okay.
A new opportunity might appear out of nowhere.
So it's like magic.
It's almost like magic. But really, it's about aligning your energy with your goals
Uh-huh.
and being open to possibilities.
I see.
Yeah,
But it's not about sitting back and waiting for the magic to happen, is it?
of course not. You still have to take action.
Right.
But commitment is that driving force that fuels your efforts and helps you push through challenges.
I like that.
There's a fantastic quote from Winston Churchill that Keller includes.
Oh, yeah.
Never give up.
I love that quote.
It perfectly captures the spirit of unwavering commitment.
Such powerful words.
Yeah.
But what about when things don't go our way?
Mm-hmm.
When we face setbacks or even failures,
Yeah.
how can we maintain that positive attitude when things are tough?
That's where Keller's perspective on problems really shines.
Okay.
He suggests that problems often contain the seeds of greater benefit.
So it's about looking at problems as opportunities.
Exactly. It's about reframing those challenges
Okay.
as opportunities for growth and improvement.
So it's not about pretending problems don't exist,
Right.
but about changing our perspective.
Exactly. It's about asking yourself,
Uh-huh.
what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to make myself stronger, wiser, more resilient?
It's like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Right?
Yes?
Sometimes those challenges even open doors
Oh, really?
and new opportunities that wouldn't have existed otherwise.
Wow.
So it's not about being happy about problems,
Right.
but choosing to focus on the potential benefits and solution
Okay.
instead of getting bogged down in negativity.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
This connects perfectly with Keller's next point about the power of words.
Oh, yeah. The power of words.
He talks about this chain reaction that starts with our thoughts.
He breaks it down like this.
Okay.
Thoughts lead to words.
Okay.
Words reinforce beliefs.
Uh-huh.
Beliefs drive actions.
Mm.
And actions determine our results.
Wow.
It's a powerful cycle.
It is.
So if we're constantly using negative language,
Like what?
I can't.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
We're feeding those negative beliefs
Right.
and limiting our potential.
So even the language we use can affect our outcomes.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Instead of saying I can't,
Yeah.
try saying I can and will.
Okay.
Instead of it's too hard,
Mm-hmm.
try I'm up for the challenge.
I like that.
Even small shifts in our language can create big shifts in our mindset.
That's powerful.
It is.
He even talks about how we answer the simple question,
Yeah.
how are you?
It seems so insignificant,
Right.
but it can be really revealing.
How so?
When someone asks how you are,
Yeah.
Do you automatically say fine or okay?
Yeah, sometimes.
Or do you choose words that reflect a more positive, energized state of being?
So, like, what would you say?
He encourages people to join the positive group,
Okay.
even if you don't feel amazing at that moment.
All right.
Try responding with enthusiasm.
Great.
Fantastic. I'm having a phenomenal day.
Wow, I love that.
It's about acting as if
Okay.
until you actually feel it.
I see.
By shifting our language, we often start to shift our internal state as well.
So you're basically priming the pump of positivity.
Exactly.
I love that analogy. And it leads right into another point Keller makes. Stop complaining.
Yes.
Start acting.
Yeah. Why is complaining so bad for our attitude?
Yeah. Why is that?
Complaining keeps us focused on problems
Okay.
instead of solutions.
Right.
It drains our energy
Mm-hmm.
and turns off the people around us.
Yeah. No one likes a complainer.
It's like nursing a baby.
What?
The more you feed it, the bigger it grows.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So instead of complaining,
Yes.
we should try to become a source of positive news.
Exactly. Focus on solutions.
Okay.
Share uplifting stories.
Right.
Be someone who brings light and energy into every situation.
So it's not about ignoring our problem. No, but about focusing on what we can control.
It's about choosing to focus our energy on how we can make things better.
Right.
It's about taking ownership and becoming a proactive force for good
I like that.
in our own lives and in the world.
That's such an inspiring message.
It is.
And it brings us to another crucial aspect of cultivating a positive attitude. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences.
Oh, yeah. He makes a great distinction
What's that?
between toxic people and nourishing people.
Okay, so toxic people.
Toxic people drain your energy
Yeah.
with their negativity and complaints.
And nourishing people.
Nourishing people uplift you, support you, and inspire you to be your best self.
I like that.
Yeah.
He actually quotes this interesting theory
Oh, yeah?
called smoky sponge theory.
What's that say?
It says that we absorb the attitudes of those around us,
Interesting.
just like a sponge absorbs water.
So we need to be careful who we surround ourselves with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like we need to be mindful of the food we eat,
Yep.
we need to be mindful of the people we let into our lives.
I like that.
So think about the people you spend the most time with.
Yeah.
Do they lift you up or bring you down?
That's a good question.
Do they inspire you to grow or keep you stuck in negativity?
Right?
Keller suggests that we should evaluate our friendships and limit our time with those who consistently bring us down.
And I know that can sound harsh,
It does.
but it's about prioritizing our own well-being and growth.
It is. It's not about cutting people out of our lives completely.
No, sometimes it's just about setting boundaries
Okay.
and limiting our exposure to negativity.
Like what?
Maybe you love your aunt,
Yeah?
but she tends to complain nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
You can still love her and be there for her,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe you limit your phone calls to once a week
Right.
instead of every day.
Yeah, so set some boundaries.
Exactly.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
It's about protecting our own energy and well-being
Right.
without completely abandoning the people in our lives.
Exactly.
And it's also about remembering
Yeah.
that we can't control other people's attitudes,
We can't.
but we can control our own reactions.
We can.
So if someone's being negative,
Mm-hmm.
we can choose to not engage in that negativity.
Right. We can change the subject,
Yeah.
offer a different perspective,
Mm-hmm.
or simply excuse ourselves from the conversation.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's about taking ownership of our own emotional state
Yes.
and not allowing ourselves to be dragged down
Exactly.
by the negativity of others.
Right. And it's also about remembering
It's that.
that we have a choice in how we respond to every situation.
We do.
We can choose to react with negativity and anger,
Huh?
or we can choose to respond with understanding, compassion, and maybe even a little bit of humor.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sometimes a good laugh can really diffuse a tense situation.
Oh, absolutely.
Reminds me of a time when I was dealing with a particularly frustrating work project.
Oh, tell me about it.
Hmm.
I once had this boss who...
Okay, maybe we should save those stories for another time.
yeah, probably.
But it's a good reminder
Yeah.
that even in challenging situations,
Yeah.
we can choose to find moments of lightness and joy.
Absolutely. And that positive energy can be contagious.
Contagious.
Yeah. When we approach challenges with a sense of humor and optimism,
Uh-huh.
it often helps to lift the mood of those around us as well.
So it's like a ripple effect. Our attitude can impact the people we interact with.
It really can.
And that brings us to another area where attitude is super important. Networking.
Oh, yeah, networking.
Keller emphasizes that a positive attitude is crucial for effective networking.
It is.
Why is that so important?
Think about it. When you're meeting new people,
Yeah.
would you rather connect with someone who's upbeat, enthusiastic, and genuinely interested in you, or someone who's negative, cynical, and constantly complaining?
Definitely the first one.
Right.
Positive energy is magnetic.
Exactly. People are naturally drawn to those who exude positivity. When you approach networking with a genuine desire to connect and contribute, you create a much more positive and fruitful experience
Okay.
for everyone involved.
So it's not about using people
No.
to get ahead.
It's about building genuine relationships
Right.
and creating a web of support.
We're all in this together, right?
Precisely.
We can achieve so much more when we collaborate and support each other.
Exactly.
I love that perspective.
Yeah.
It's about shifting from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance.
Right.
Instead of seeing networking as a competition,
Yeah.
we can view it as an opportunity to connect, collaborate, and create something bigger than ourselves.
Exactly. And when we approach networking from that place of abundance and positivity, it becomes a much more enjoyable and rewarding experience.
This has been such a great discussion.
It has.
We've covered so much ground.
Well, yeah.
From the power of positive self-talk and gratitude journaling to the importance of surrounding ourselves with nourishing people and approaching networking with a spirit of collaboration.
I'm feeling energized and inspired.
Me too. And I think that's a perfect place to pause for now.
Okay.
We'll be back in a moment to explore the second half of this powerful book and discover even more practical strategies for cultivating an unstoppable attitude.
Sounds good. Welcome back, everyone.
It's great to be back.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about all the insights we've learned so far, and attitude is everything.
Me too. And there's so much more to explore.
Okay.
Keller doesn't just drop these concepts on us and say good luck.
Right?
He gives us a ton of practical strategies to help us actually shift our attitude and create lasting change.
I love that about this book.
Yeah.
It's not just theory, it's about actually using this stuff.
Exactly.
So where do we go from here?
Well,
what else does Keller have for us?
He tackles some really common challenges we all face, like negativity and fear,
Yeah.
and gives us tools to overcome them.
Okay.
He also dives deeper into the impact our attitude has on our relationships and even our success in things like networking.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm ready to dive back in.
Let's do it.
What specific strategies does he offer for dealing with negative thoughts?
Okay, well, one of the things Keller emphasizes is the importance of being a positive news broadcaster.
A positive news broadcaster.
It's about consciously choosing to focus on the good,
Okay.
both in ourselves and in the world around us.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
It's like we have a choice.
We do.
We can tune into the doom and gloom channel.
Right.
Or we can switch to a station that's broadcasting uplifting and inspiring news.
Exactly. And the more we focus on the positive, the more we train our minds to see the good.
Okay.
It doesn't mean ignoring the negative,
Right.
but it's about consciously choosing to highlight the brighter side of things.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But how do we actually do that?
Okay, well,
It's easy to say focus on the positive.
right.
But what if negativity is kind of our default setting?
Keller suggests a few practical techniques.
Okay, like what?
One is to keep a gratitude journal.
A gratitude journal.
Every day, write down 3 things you're grateful for.
Yeah, okay.
They could be big things or small things. But the act of focusing on what you appreciate helps shift your perspective.
That's a great idea. I've tried gratitude journaling before.
Yeah.
And it really does make a difference.
It does.
It's so easy to get caught up in the daily grind
It is.
and forget about all the good things in our lives.
Right. Another technique is to use affirmations.
Affirmations, what are those?
Choose positive statements that resonate with you
Okay.
and repeat them to yourself throughout the day.
Okay.
It might feel a little silly at first,
Yeah.
but over time, those positive affirmations start to seep into your subconscious mind and replace those negative thought patterns.
So instead of thinking, I'm not good enough,
Yeah,
you might repeat something like, I am capable and worthy of success.
exactly. It's about consciously choosing the thoughts we want to cultivate in our minds.
Okay.
And it takes practice.
Right.
But with persistence,
Mm-hmm.
we can reprogram those negative thought patterns.
I love the idea of retraining our brains for positivity.
It's
It's like building a mental muscle.
It's exactly like building a mental muscle.
So what else can we do to strengthen that positive attitude muscle?
Yeah. Keller talked about the importance of surrounding ourselves with positive influences.
Oh, yeah.
He actually calls it creating a nourishing environment.
We talked earlier about the difference between toxic people and nourishing people.
Yes.
Is this the same idea?
It's very much connected.
Okay.
Toxic people drain our energy with their negativity and complaints.
Right.
Nourishing people uplift us, inspire us, and believe in our potential.
Okay.
So it's about being mindful of the people we allow into our inner circle and making a conscious effort to spend more time with those who bring light and positivity into our lives.
That makes total sense. But it's not always easy to just cut people out of our lives.
Right.
Especially if they're family or longtime friends.
Yeah. What does Keller suggest for those situations?
Yeah. What do we do?
He's not saying we have to completely sever ties with everyone who's not a ray of sunshine.
Okay.
Sometimes it's about setting boundaries.
Right.
And limiting our exposure to negativity.
Okay. I like that.
Maybe you love your aunt.
Yeah.
But she tends to complain nonstop.
Uh-huh.
You can still love her and be there for her.
Right.
But maybe you limit your phone calls to once a week.
Okay.
Instead of every day.
Yeah, so set some boundaries.
Exactly.
That's a great example.
It is.
It's about protecting our own energy and well-being.
Right.
Without completely abandoning the people in our lives.
Exactly. And it's also about recognizing that we can't control other people's attitudes.
We can't.
But we can control our own reactions.
We can.
So if someone is being negative, we can choose to not engage in the negativity.
Right. We can change the subject. Yeah, offer a different perspective.
Or simply excuse ourselves from the conversation.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's about taking ownership of our own emotional state.
It is.
And not letting ourselves get dragged down by the negativity of others.
Exactly. And it's also about remembering.
What's that?
We have a choice in how we respond to every situation.
Okay.
We can choose to react with negativity and anger.
Right.
Or we can choose to respond with understanding, compassion, and maybe even a little bit of humor.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sometimes a good laugh can really diffuse a tense situation.
Oh, absolutely.
It reminds me of a time when I was dealing with a particularly frustrating work project.
Oh, tell me about it. I once had this boss who...
Okay, maybe we should save those stories for another time.
Yeah, probably.
But it's a good reminder that even in challenging situations,
yeah,
we can choose to find moments of lightness and joy.
Absolutely. And that positive energy can be contagious.
Contagious.
Yeah. When we approach challenges with a sense of humor and optimism, it often helps to lift the mood of those around us as well.
So it's like a ripple effect.
Exactly.
Our attitude can impact the people we interact with.
It really can.
And that brings us to another area where attitude is super important. Networking.
Oh, yeah. Networking.
Keller emphasizes that a positive attitude is crucial for effective networking.
It is.
Why is that so important?
Think about it when you're meeting new people.
Yeah.
Would you rather connect with someone who's upbeat, enthusiastic, and genuinely interested in you, or someone who's negative, cynical, and constantly complaining?
Definitely the first one.
Right.
Positive energy is magnetic.
Exactly. People are naturally drawn to those who exude positivity.
I see.
When you approach networking with a genuine desire to connect and contribute, you create a much more positive and fruitful experience for everyone involved.
So it's not about using people to get ahead.
It's about building genuine relationships and creating a web of support.
We're all in this together, right?
Precisely.
We can achieve so much more when we collaborate and support each other.
Exactly.
I love that perspective.
Yeah.
It's about shifting from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance.
Right.
Instead of seeing networking as a competition,
yeah,
we can view it as an opportunity to connect, collaborate, and create something bigger than ourselves.
Exactly. And when we approach networking from that place of abundance and positivity, it becomes a much more enjoyable and rewarding experience.
This has been such a great discussion.
It has.
We've covered so much ground, from the power of positive news broadcasting and gratitude journaling to the importance of surrounding ourselves with nourishing people.
Yes.
And approaching networking with a spirit of collaboration.
I'm feeling energized and inspired.
Me too. And we're not done yet.
Oh, yeah.
Keller has even more insights to share about how to build an unstoppable attitude and create a life of success and fulfillment.
Can't wait.
Stay tuned, everyone, as we continue our deep dive into Attitude is Everything after a quick break. Welcome back, everyone. We're in the home stretch now of our deep dive into Jeff Keller's Attitude is Everything.
And we've uncovered some really valuable stuff
We have.
about how our attitude shapes our experiences
Right.
and all the practical tools we can use
Yeah,
to build a more positive outlook.
absolutely. We've talked about positive self-talk,
Hmm?
the importance of good people around us,
Yeah.
and even how to approach networking with the spirit of collaboration.
It's been great.
But there's still more to cover.
There is.
One thing that stood out to me
Yeah,
is how Keller doesn't shy away from the hard stuff.
that's true.
He acknowledges that life's not always easy
Right.
and that we all face challenges.
Yeah, I think that's so important.
Me too.
A lot of self-help books out there
Yeah.
make it seem like if you just think the right thoughts,
Right.
everything will be perfect.
Like a fairy tale.
Exactly.
Eh.
But Keller's approach feels a lot more realistic.
It does.
Like he gets it.
Yeah.
He's not promising a magic solution.
Right.
He's offering a way to deal with life's ups and downs with resilience,
Okay.
resourcefulness,
Uh-huh.
and a positive attitude.
I like that.
Yeah.
So how does he suggest we deal with those challenges we all face?
He talks about reframing our perspective.
Okay, how do we do that?
Instead of seeing problems as roadblocks,
Uh-huh.
he wants us to see them as opportunities
Okay. Opportunities for what?
for growth and learning.
Okay.
He uses this great analogy of a detour.
Oh, detour. Tell me more.
So imagine you're driving somewhere
Okay.
and you run into a detour.
Uh-huh.
You could get frustrated, angry, stressed out,
Yeah.
or you could see it as an adventure,
Oh, an adventure. Okay.
a chance to explore a new route,
Right.
and maybe even find some cool stuff along the way.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It's not about pretending the detour isn't there,
No.
but about how we choose to react to it.
Exactly. And Keller reminds us that even detours can lead us to our destination,
That's true.
sometimes even faster than the original route.
Really?
It's about trusting the journey even when it takes unexpected turns.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
This reminds me of something we talked about before.
Oh, yeah.
The idea of embracing failure as a stepping stone.
Yes, failure is not the opposite of success.
Right.
It's a part of it.
Okay.
Successful people don't avoid failure. They embrace it.
They do.
They see it as a chance to learn,
Mm-hmm.
a chance to improve and come back stronger.
I love that.
Yeah, it takes the fear out of failing
Mm-hmm.
and turns it into a tool for growth.
And he said that the only true failure is giving up right.
Exactly. As long as we keep going,
Yeah.
keep learning,
Uh-huh.
keep adjusting our course,
Yeah.
we're always getting closer to our goals.
He even quoted Thomas Edison, who said,
Oh, yeah, what was it?
I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work.
What a great way to look at it.
It shows the importance of persistence and being willing to try new things.
It's about detaching from the outcome
Okay.
and focusing on the process,
Right.
trusting that each step, even the missteps,
Yeah.
is taking us where we need to go.
And that brings us back to attitude, right?
It does.
When we face challenges with a positive mindset,
Mm.
we're more likely to keep going,
Yes.
to learn from our mistakes.
Uh-huh. And to reach our goals.
So it's not just about thinking happy thoughts.
No.
It's about building resilience,
Yeah.
being resourceful,
Mhm.
and believing in ourselves.
That's what makes Keller's message so powerful.
I agree.
He's not giving us empty promises.
Right.
He's giving us a real plan
The roadmap.
to deal with life's challenges
Mhm.
with strength and a whole lot of heart.
This has been such an amazing journey.
It has.
Through attitude is everything.
I feel like I've learned so much
Me too.
about how to create a better life.
A more positive and fulfilling life.
I'm going to recommend this book to everyone I know.
Me too. And on that note, it's time for us to wrap up.
Uh-huh.
But before we go, I want to leave our listeners with a challenge.
A challenge. I like it.
What's one small thing you can do today
Oh,
to make your attitude more positive?
it could be writing down things you're grateful for,
Okay.
practicing a positive affirmation,
Mm-hmm.
or reaching out to a supportive friend.
Yeah, the important thing is to do something.
Even a small step can make a big difference.
So what are you waiting for? Start creating the life you want today.
That's great advice.
That's all for this deep dive into Attitude is Everything.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you enjoyed it and that you're feeling inspired to embrace the power and a positive attitude.
Until next time.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.